right, so on this section, we are going to be covering what? Cause, concept, and validation, right? Under the cause concept of validation, which is what? The foundation of the entire course creation, we are going to be looking into what? Discovering cause idea, how to validate the idea or the cause, and also defining some learning outcomes. So we'll get started right away with the first one, which is what? Discovering your course idea. Now, it is very important to know that uh, having an idea is not enough, right? Having an idea, it's not enough. You can decide to leverage on whatever it is you have, and you can also decide to leverage on whatever it is that is available, right? But then you need to ensure that this idea is something that will solve a problem somewhere. It is not something that will solve only your problem. Now, if there's a particular challenge in your life, and after making research, after doing research, doing analysis, going around the whole globe, if it is possible, at the end of the day, if you realize that nobody is going through that challenge, then you should understand that that is a personal challenge. So, a course or an idea that will be converted into a course that will create value for people should be something that will solve somebody's problem. And that's why it is important to what? Brainstorm. It is important to do research. Right now, the number one step to doing discovering a course idea here is what? It's to spark your ideas. Spark them out. How do you spark your ideas? Let your mind what? Do the dancing. Now you can sit and think about all the things you have done, all the things you are good at, and all the problems you have solved. Once you think about all of this, that is what we are referring to the mindset dancing. So your mindset or your mind is dancing around everything you love. You are happy about it because you were able to do it. You've been able to do it and you have achieved a lot, right? And problems you have solved. Now, at the course of this training, we are going to be, at the course of this course, we are going to be using a particular concept, like a particular course, beginners, uh, beginners guide towards cryptocurrency. Now, what brought about this course? We are going to be looking into the practical aspect, but I just have to just chip it in right now. Now, this came as a result of uh, some persons that showed interest into these tap trends. Now, most persons wanted to go into it, but then we discovered that most persons going into them don't know these things. They don't know how these things are being done. So decided to come up with a beginner's guide, a friendly guide tutorial that would guide them into what? Cryptocurrency. Now, this is something that we love doing, and this is something we have done and we have seen results. So we decided and we have helped people, and a lot of persons made money, especially from the Notcoin case. A lot of persons, Notcoin project, many persons made money. Now with this now, we have been able to solve a particular problem in people's life, how to make money or the difficulties in what? Converting these tokens or these coins into money, or playing these games or doing these airdrops. That's a particular problem that has been what? Done. Now, you need to think about the things you love, the things you are good at, and any problem you have solved, even if they are silly. Even if it is silly, just write it down, because there is a way you can still bring it down and convert it into something very valuable in somebody's life. Then the second thing is what? Hunt for struggles. Now, what problem do people in your field face? Remember, you are creating this course for people, not for yourself, right? You are not creating the course, you are not coming up with this idea because of your what? Self. Whatever it is you do, you name in a course, you are doing it for somebody out there. So if you are creating a course, you should have this what? You should have this understanding that the problem is for somebody in that field. So what problems do people in your field face? You write it down. So could your knowledge be the answer to their need? If your knowledge is not an answer to their problem, then it means you don't have to create that course because you are wasting your time, right? So you need to come up with these things, write them down, then follow the trends as well. You can come up with a course from trends. For instance, what's hot in your area? Can you create a course on that latest boost? Just like we stated on the tap tap stuff. I could recall there was a particular video that was created when the tap tap stuff was trending, and that particular video got thousands of views under 24 hours, under 12 weeks. Thousands of people have viewed the video, and the video generated a lot of traffic, subscriptions, and a lot of watch out on that particular YouTube channel. And that was because what we did was we tapped into the trend. So you can particularly follow a trend and create a course on it, but you don't just create it, but you should know it and create something on it, right? Then the next thing here is get curious, very curious, right? What keeps you asking questions? You need to ask yourself, what keeps you asking questions, right? So sharing your knowledge on that topic could be your golden ticket. Very important. Sharing your knowledge on that topic would be a golden ticket. So ask yourself, what keeps you asking questions? Do you have problem with transferring money from one place to another? Or do you have challenge with something, right? Or uh this could be people you are asking, not basically you, right? Then the next thing, which is what step two. Remember, the previous one is the first step, which is what to spark your idea. The second step here is to what find your perfect spot. Find what your perfect spot. Now this is where you sharpen your focus, right? For instance, you can't just say wait, but you can say make money from selling your knowledge. Just like this course, I can decide to like make money from selling your knowledge, and I bundle this course and give it out. People want to buy because what, from the concept of the course, it is specific, it focuses on that particular problem. And that's what we are referring to, what finding a perfect spot. And that's where the sharpen your focus now is coming up. Don't just say wait, say make money from selling your knowledge. So the more specific the focus or the subject matter it is, the better it becomes, right? You also have to check the competition. You don't need to worry if there are others, if there are people doing it already. That means people are interested in it. For somebody to create a particular course on a subject matter, it means people are interested in it. So you don't have to be scared. You don't have to feel like if I create it, nobody's going to buy it. No, you don't have to feel that way. For the person to create, or for many people to be there, it means it is what competitive, or people are interested in it. So all you need to do is learn from them and find your unique angle. That there are courses is not enough. How unique is your course? That's also something to consider. The uniqueness of your course can outsmart other courses. The uniqueness of your product can outsmart other products in the market. So that somebody is doing it already should not stop you from doing it. You can still do it and you can still do better. So all you need to do is what? Check on what people are doing and see to what they are missing now, so that you can add more value to yours and yours can even stand out, right? Then the next thing is what? Make it profitable. Passion is very great, but is there enough demand, right? Passion is great, but is there enough demand? You can be passionate about maybe teaching mathematics. If at all mathematics is not in high demand, then there is no point doing it, because you may do it and nobody will be interested. You'll be the only one consuming it, right? Maybe if your passion is to do a particular thing and nobody is interested in it, or it is not it is not in high demand, then it's not going to hit it. It's not going to find a perfect spot in the market, right? So you need to what? In as much as you consider passion, you need to know what people are demanding, right? The more the demand, the more the higher the supply is going to be. Just like in economics, the lower the demand, the lower the supply, if I get it right. Right? Now, if people are demanding for your course, Many people are demanding for your course. It means what? People love the course. So if your course is out of passion and it is in high demand, it is still a good equation. But if your course is towards passion and it is not in high demand, then you are actually behind, right? So you need to check online trends and see if people would pay for what you offer. See if people will value what you offer. See if people will consider what you offer. That way, you can find a perfect spot for your course, right? Then the next section or next aspect is what? Get to know your crew. Very important. Get to know your crew. Now, you need to picture your student. You need to picture your student, and in picturing your student, you need to ask yourself questions like uh, who are there, what do they struggle with, right? Who are there, what do they struggle with? Once you begin to ask yourself questions like this, you'll be able to find what? You'll be able to know them, and you can hit the nail by the head, right? Who are there, what do they struggle with? For instance, there are some persons that find it difficult to create courses online. This particular course is a perfect entry for them. What do they hope to achieve? At the end of this course, whoever that is able to go through this course should be able to come up with a course that people can appreciate and find value in. That's the major objective of this course. So you have to picture your students, know them, know what they are going through, and also know how they are going to achieve it. Then the next thing is hanging out with their tribe. What do we mean by hanging out with their tribe? This is where you join online groups and forums that they frequently show up, right? You need to learn their language and understand their needs. You join a particular Facebook group where they talk about health niche, they talk about losing weight, you find your perfect spot, you get to know them, you see questions they are asking, and you want to know better, right? That's very important so that you know their needs and know how to address them, right? Now, the next question here, or question, or not really question, the next point here, which is under step 3, is what? Ask directly. You need to ask them directly. Don't be shy. Ask questions so that you can get to know people better. Do surveys, right? Don't be shy. Surveys and interviews are your friends. Find out what they want and what they are willing to pay for. For instance, you can post on your WhatsApp status and tell people what you want to learn, or what do you want to pay for, what's the next course you want to study, what do you want to achieve in the next 2 weeks. This way you are finding perfect spot where you can what? Hit, right? Now you need to remember this. This is like cooking a delicious dish. You mix, you match, you taste, you adjust until you find the perfect recipe for your dream course, right? And if you get stuck, that's why this course is actually here for you. So I'm very sure this is simpler and more approachable, right? Yeah, I think it should, right? So the next thing we'll be discussing is what? The practical section, and that's what we are going to be doing on the next video.